I think I'm live. Tried doing a live stream on Twitch last night. I have no idea if it worked. I don't have any followers. That's fine. But gotta start somewhere, and I didn't have it recorded, so I'm hoping that it's going to record this time. Let's just see if it is recording. Hey, it says I'm live. Okay, I'm recording myself now. So we're going to take another look at Pharo. If you did happen to watch the video yesterday, which I doubt you did, I'm sorry, because it was a pain in the butt trying to figure out how to get started with Pharo. But I got through one exercise, finished one exercise. I'm hoping that I can finish another one real quick together here, and then maybe knock out a few more so I can get the badge by the end of today. I think I didn't quite do it in time in April because maybe it's based on UTC time. I finished it by midnight on April 30th, so perhaps that was the issue. Anyway, back to Pharo. So Pharo is I think the modern Smalltalk implementation. I have usually what I do is I just kind of pull down the exercises and solve them in VS Code, but really the whole point of using Pharo would be to use the IDE as well. So I think what I can do, it's as simple as me, let's see. Pharo UI, Pharo image, there we go. Okay, so I'm using WSL on Windows, but what's pretty cool is that you can actually do graphical programs now in WSL. So this is what I did last time. I did the space age exercise. And one thing to note was that I guess we'll get into it for the next exercise. So we'll start by downloading the next exercise here. I think I don't know if I have to click on anything in particular here. I do. Okay. So I have to at least get down to Exercism here in the packages. Come on. There's a lot in here, so there we are. Exercise at Hello World. Right click on this exercism here, and we'll do fetch new exercise. We'll do raindrops. Here we are, raindrops. Okay. All right, so basically it's FizzBuzz, except with factors 3, 5, and 7 for Pling, Pang, and Pong. So I have a way that I usually like to do this in other languages, but I don't think it's going to work so nicely in here. So we're going to just kind of figure out how to do this as we go. Let's see what's going on here. This guy is yelling at me. Okay. All right, let's get back to raindrops here. Let's start by running the tests. So here we just go ahead and run all of them, let's say. Okay, they all fail. Now we run this one in particular. So it says, raindrops is missing, does not understand you. So here what we do is we just say create, and that will create the class of raindrops in the package of exercise at raindrops. So we'll do that. Go ahead. Super setup raindrops calculator is equal to raindrops new. Okay. Proceed. Now it says instance of raindrops did not understand convert number. Okay, raindrops calculator. So what we can do again is say create. It'll say define selector and we'll say raindrops. Okay, so this is the bit about the protocol. So protocol, from my understanding now, is just kind of like a namespace or something like that. However, you can't just type anything. You have to pick from one of these predefined protocols. So I used class last time. It didn't seem to matter. So we're going to go proceed with it. So this is going to, it's supposed to return back a convert number, return back a string, right? So In this case, the test that we want to pass is the sound for 1 is 1. But it's supposed to be a string of 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to say return, which is this thing right here, and a string of 1. Say that. It's weird that that's doing that. Is my syntax incorrect? Oh yeah. Strings are single quotes, specifically. They have to be. Okay. Try running it again. All right. First test passed. So there's really the practice of test-driven development in Pharo, which, is kind of seeped into a lot of other areas of programming, but the Smalltalk idea of this iterative approach directly in the IDE is kind of neat. So now let's run the next test. The sound for 3 is playing. Now, that didn't work because we're just returning 1 for everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our implementation of raindrops, convert number. We get an integer, right? So what we could do is we could just say, well, let's look up something real quick. Pharo integer to string. There's this cheat sheet thing, but I haven't found it to be super helpful yet. String symbol, 2 ways to create characters, 12 input numbers, array declaration of 2 temporary variables, assignment period, semicolon, method annotation. There's probably, you know what? Because this is object-oriented, very object-oriented, arguably the most object-oriented language. Probably what you need to do. Don't need that. Probably what we need to be doing is basically doing a class conversion, right? I think what I ended up doing is I closed out of the system browser. There it is. No. Sure, why not? Go back and exercise. Here we are. Okay, so let's pull this back up again. Go to convert number here. And probably there's going to be an integer is probably the an instance of the integer class, right? So there's most likely some sort of like to string. Yep. Let's save that and let's see if we can get one of those. Let's see if the first test still passes. Nope. Okay. What does it say? Instance of small integer did not understand toString. So we can inspect the instance of integer. Let's see. Let's go back and let's see if the IDE will help us out a little bit more. So there definitely was something called toString here. Maybe it needs to be toString an integer. Nope. Okay. Still not liking that. All right, let's think about this. An integer, instance of small integer did not understand toString. So what we can do is we can just kind of take a look at what's the definition of small integer here. So Let's take a look. Small. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Run it again. Let it pop up again. An integer. Instance of small integer. Code search. Browse full class of an integer. All right, let's see if we can do some more searching here. Whoa. Common constructs. Collections. Message sending. Keyword message, message precedence. Cascade blocks. Collections. All right, let's see if we have something in here. To get a string from an integer in a specific base, use print base string or print on base, which is probably more portable. Let's see if there's any other things here. Comparer and evaluate. Print string base or print on base, which is probably more portable. So print string base 16, this evaluates to C. Integer read from self string to make hex base 16. This gets an integer value. I want to print it. I want to actually as integer for strings. ToString. Integer ToString. I haven't found a very good manual or something for Pharo. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place. It does not appear to have a whole lot of great resources. Print padded width. Format. Interesting. I wonder if GPT will help us out. All right. Well, that's generating an answer. Print string base. So we did see that come up before. Let's see if that works. There's clearly this this ToString method that's available in an integer class, but print string base and base 10. Okay, go back to here, test number 1, works. Sound for 6 is playing, the power of 10 not making. The sound for 9 is playing, the sound for 10, 14, 15, 21, 25, 27. I want another one that's not. Okay, here we go, 52. So 52 still passes. Okay. Test number 2 should fail. Good. Okay. So here's how I would normally do this in other languages. I would kind of have this pair between the factor and the sound. And I would say, I would loop over it and over those lists of pairs. And I would say, for each one of those things, if it's a factor of the, if it's a multiple of that factor, then take the sound. Then I would take that list of strings, join them, and then check to see if that thing is empty. And if so, then just stringify the integer. However, that doesn't seem like it would be very straightforward in Pharo. So let me think about I could just go the simple route of checking all of them. Why don't we give it a try? We'll try the array of pairs. So take a look at this cheat sheet. There is actually a literal array with symbol ABC and the number 1, 2, 3. So there are actually arrays. There's dynamic arrays too. And byte arrays. I think we want the literal array. So let's give that a try. We will say in convert number, we can have a temporary variable name, which are, I think we're going to call this sounds maybe. And we'll say sounds is a literal array of, is there pairs? Byte array, no. So we'll just go with, should we do a dictionary? I think we could do a dictionary. Let's do a dictionary. We had that in Space Age, so let's take a look at how that was done. Convert number, age on planet. It was just opening up those and then as dictionary dot. Okay. So back to raindrops here. Convert number. Sounds will be instead a dictionary. And then we're going to close this off at the end with as, whoops. As dictionary. And in here we're going to say, do they have to be string keys in a dictionary? Don't know. 3 is playing. 5 is playing. And 7 is plong. There we go. All right. So we're going to say sounds at, oh cool, there's an at if absence, if invalid, at least at add. That's encoding at all. Is there like a sounds.keys? Oh, actually, let me make sure I'm even doing this correctly. At string is how we did it last time. Okay. Yep. So convert number here. We'll just say sounds for each there was this thing on looping here. Let's take a look. Loops, iterators, names for string name names. Names to collections. Dictionary new. Okay. Names to each. Yeah, so this is what I'm kind of worried about. There's not really a map that I'm aware of here. That's okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll say sounds and results, something like that. Result will be a string. We're going to start off with saying result is an empty string. Then we're going to say for what was it again? For string name names. Or there's this names do each. Names do each. For sounds doesn't like that at the moment. For sounds doesn't like that. What if I make this a temporary variable as well? Still doesn't like it. Let's try the other thing, which was names to each. So we'll do sounds to it's a really weird syntax, to each transcript show each. Still not liking that either. Oh well. The colon's in the wrong place, it looks like. Do each, and then we'll just say, how do we concat two strings? Might be as simple as just putting a plus between them. Comma. Comma is how you do it. All right, so we'll just say result, comma, for now we'll just put an integer again. And integer print string base ten. And am I missing anything else from this each? What's it yelling at? Saying end of statement expected. Okay. And we're just going to return back result. So if I did that correctly, at least right now, it should still utility methods. What is this saying? Check for string concatenation inside some iteration message. Instead of writing string new, do each as string. Write it much more efficient. Stream contents as, do each as, next put all, each as string, or more concisely, join one. Okay. It's kind of neat that it has that refactoring thing there. What is going on with utility methods here? Those methods that have one or more arguments and do not refer to self or an instance variable, these methods might be better defined in some other class or class methods. Yeah, so I'm certainly not really making use of the language correctly here. But I don't think I'm necessarily abusing it yet. All right, let's give this a try. Can it still do test 1? Nope. Instances of 1 are not indexable. Instances of small integer are not indexable. Okay, and that's because in convert number here, when we're saying each, out of curiosity, I'm going to just reverse the order of these. We're going to say playing maps to 3, playing maps to 5, and long maps to 7. Surprisingly, that was valid syntax. Okay. Go back to here, test 1. Still failing. Instances of 1 are not indexable. Convert number again. Result in integer, print string base, and do each an integer. What if I just, for now, said add 1 to it? I'm curious what sort of error I run into this time. Okay. So instead of 1, we got an empty string. Okay. So looks to me that this concatenation bit's not working correctly. What if I try wrapping that in parentheses? Still an empty string. Okay. So the concatenation's not happening. Is a loop even happening? Whoa. Knocked my video over. All right, let's see. I kind of wonder what's going on here is like it's not actually modifying that result there. Results concat. Okay, it's not yelling at me the syntax at the moment. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool. So, if I'm understanding correctly now, the actual is there a way I can like pin this? That'd be nice. I don't know. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So I think now we just say for each one of these things, it is doing it for each one of them. Now, each, where am I actually getting the thing itself though? Here we go, 1 to 100 do I. Oh, okay, so that is actually the name of the variable there. And I, if true, transcript show. Okay. Okay, so apparently that's how you do the mod thing. That is helpful. That is very helpful. So this is actually what we want here. Sound. I'd like to know what sound is here. We can try just appending it to that and see what it spits out. Now lost my system browser. Raindrops. It's doing that thing again, okay. Instances of small integer are not indexable. And it's doing that specifically when I'm not sure what sound is here. So it'd be cool if we can, let's try this. I think I can put this on a new line here. And then there's that thing called, it's actually put in here, transcript show. So we're going to say transcript show sound. Okay, so let's save that. Debug code left in methods. I'm okay with that. That's that's intentional. So let's go over to browse playground, I think it is, and we'll say raindrops convert raindrops new. So what I need to do are colon equals raindrops new are convert number one. Do it. Transcript. Okay, spit out a 3. So it looks like it's going over the possibly going over the keys now. Is that what I want? If I were to have done the other way around. So snip snap this back to what it was. Three, 5, 7. And try running it again. Ping, pang, pong. Cool. And actually, it didn't even error out because now it's actually a string. But now if I were to run this test, it says got ping, pang, pong instead of 1. Makes sense. Okay, I think. So here's a weird thing now. When we go over each item in the dictionary, it's only going over the values. I also need the key. So, out of curiosity, we'll just see if Fizzbuzz or this guy knows anything about it. How can I iterate over a dictionary in Pharo and get each key value pair? To iterate over a dictionary in Pharo Smalltalk, you can use the do method. Dict to key value. Oh, if that's actually correct, that'd be great. Well, yeah, names do key value. So, okay, that's what I'm doing right here. So the sound would be, let's see if it's just factor sound. We're going to show sound, and we're also going to do transcript show factor. Okay. We're going to open up the transcript, and we're going to run that guy. I don't know if that transcript played in that case. I'll just say are raindrops new are convert number 1 do it some new raindrops. Nope. What's going on? Well, I think this will work. All right, let's just kind of proceed and see if we can just figure it out. All right, so I think we're getting factoring in the sound now. Is that what it says here? Key in the value. Factor is the 1, okay. So we'll just say if, how do we do if again? Condition, if condition, if true. I just realized that this bit right here is like C syntax, and this bit right here is is the Pharo syntax. So I was trying to make this work over here, and that doesn't work. Condition if true, if false. So I think we just will say, actually, we can take a look at how I did it here. So something like that. If true, if true, result results sound. Yep, that's exactly what we want. If true, an integer divisible by factor is true, then this whole thing needs to happen. Save that. Go back to this. Let's see if number 2 passes. Nope. This block accepts 2 arguments, but called with 1 argument. Maybe it's the if true is expecting me to say the if false bit as well. That's my guess. There is something that allows you to just do the if true bit, I thought. Let me cut this for a second. If true. Yeah, you can just do the if true. Should be fine. So what else in my syntax might be wrong here? Maybe this should be a block like that. Okay. Nope. This block accepts 2 arguments, but was called with 1 argument. Not sure. I'm going to do something just simple and put down a new line there. Still doesn't like it. Okay. I don't know. I feel like this should work. What might I be doing incorrectly here? I'm going to remove that and say 3 there. Let's see what sort of error I get here. If I get any error. Got pling pling pong instead of pling. Okay. Factor and sound, again, is what this says. Do key value, show key, show value. Because I'm wondering if just that enough right there, just having that factor. So I just added factor now. Let's start running it again. Yeah, see, this bucket accepts 2 arguments. It's called with 1 argument. I think it's because this block, essentially saying factor and sound, but was only called with 1 argument. What does that mean? Essentially, this block is being called with only 1 argument. Viewed in multiple ways, the do message is available in many cases, classes for iterating which for dictionaries are each of the values. Ooh, associations do. The do message is in for values too, and there's also a keys do for iterating through the keys, and association do for iterating through the key value pairs. Unlike Python, which returns into tuple the key and value, in Pharo, an association object is returned. This class corresponds to the key and value messages for accessing each. Pair key, pair value. Okay, so maybe that's just bad stuff being returned from GPT. So this would be pair, and this would be pair key, and this would be pair value. Two works, 3 works, 4 works, 5. 2 to the power 3 does not make a raindrop sound. S3, the exponent, not to the base. 2 to the power 3. Interesting. Okay. So basically, it works for things that are not supposed to just be numbers now. Excellent. Very cool. Okay, so we're almost there. Now we just need to say the very end, result is empty. There's probably something like that. Result equals empty string if true, result is equal to an integer as string. Okay, pretty happy with that. Run all the tests, they all pass. Very cool. Okay, so I don't know if this is, I mean, it's very imperative, right? So, not really sure what a more OOP way of doing this would be, but I'm going to submit this for now, and we're going to save our image. And go back to Exercism over here. Raindrops. And mark it's complete. I'm curious if, because I haven't really seen what the code looks like. I wonder if there's any community solutions that are... No, okay. Some of them have these. Return string, yeah. Interesting. They're just using that instead of that backslash. Okay, yeah, easy enough. Cool, well, pretty happy with that. I'm gonna end the live stream for today. We'll try and get a couple more of these exercises done soon, but that's it for today.